can't make the best product for my client in just 7 days. And I feel like there's a lot of pressure on me to do well.
Yeah.
Even though I've been given these conditions where I can't really like do the best I can, and it's just really, really, really frustrating.
No, that definitely sounds like a frustrating spot to be in. Like, I can see where this frustration is coming from.
Yeah.
But, it sounds like you can use these skill sets in a lot of different jobs. What's keeping you at this company? Why aren't you taking your skills elsewhere?
Well, the pay's really good, and recently my boyfriend, he started his master's program, and it's his passion.
Yeah.
He's studying physics.
Okay.
And I'm really proud of him, and
yeah.
he is definitely following his passions, and I don't want him to be distracted from that. So I told him that I will be financially responsible for the both of us while he's in school. And that, at first, it was okay. I got the bills paid initially, and I thought it wasn't too bad. But as time went on, we're already on the 7th month or something, and the bills just keep on coming.
Yeah.
And I have to work overtime in order to make ends meet. And we're already a month late on our rent. So it's just been a constant problem, a thorn in my side.
Yeah. Do you think that, any of your frustrations coming from work, I hear you're being frustrated around, having to meet deadlines sooner than you're used to and stuff. Do you think there's any relationship between what's going on there and what's going on at home? Because you said initially, that things were, it's only been since he started this program that you guys have been arguing and stuff, but, you've already been experiencing frustrations at work. Do you think that there's a relationship between the two at all?
Yeah, actually, I definitely think there's a little relationship between that. And my boss has been slowly creeping into my life. And it's just, why would he do that? First he's ruining my work life. I love this job, but he's just giving me these stupid deadlines. And now he's starting to ruin my relationship with my boyfriend. And I can't freaking take it anymore. It's just so frustrating to me that he thinks he can do this to me. He thinks he can walk all over me. He thinks he can ruin my life. And I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And I wish there was something that I can do to help, release all of this stress and anxiety.
Yeah.
And I just hate him so much.
Yeah. No, that definitely sounds frustrating, and I feel like if I were in your position, I'd be really frustrated too. And I feel like this is something we could definitely work with, and we can definitely try to figure out. But right now, I see you up here. You're frustrated, you're angry, and I get it. It's a really tough spot to be in. And I think we should try to get you from up here to down here a little bit, just so it's, we're in a better space. It's a little bit easier to talk through and work things out. Do you think that would be helpful?
Yeah, I can try, yeah.
Okay. Would you be open to doing some breathing exercises with me? Because I think that would really help, bring us down here a little bit.
Yeah, that sounds helpful.
Okay, so I want you to do what I do. I'm going to breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth, and we're going to do that 3 times. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. So we're going to breathe in and breathe out. In through your nose and out through your mouth. One last time. Breathe in and breathe out. All right. Well, thanks for doing that with me. I noticed based on your posture and things, you seem a little bit more relaxed. We seem to be closer to down here than we are up here now. Do you feel like you're in a better space to be able to think things through and work things out?
Yeah, I definitely feel a little bit better after that.
Yeah. Well, you're telling me that a lot of what the frustration is around, is your boss imposing these unrealistic deadlines. Have you tried talking to him about how you feel and about how these deadlines are affecting you?
Yeah. in the past month or so, I've went to his office a couple of times.
Yeah.
And I've told him that I need more time on the projects, but he hasn't really been listening to me.
Mm-hmm.
He would listen to my statement for maybe like a second, and then would immediately push it aside, and then I just feel like he's ignoring me.
Mm-hmm.
And it hurts me as a person just because he's not respecting, one, my work, and two, me as a person.
Yeah.
And I just wish there was a way for me to, talk to him, because it always ends up with us just verbally arguing with each other, like very loudly.
Yeah.
And I would just end up storming out of the room, and it's just such a stressful thing in my life. And I just wish there was a way I can communicate with him,
Yeah. No, I think it's hard to communicate with somebody when you're not feeling heard and when you're feeling disrespected, and it's really easy to feel frustrated around that. Do you think you could kind of give me a picture of how these conversations go, or like what they look like and kind of the outcome of them?
Yeah. So I would walk in his office. I would say hello, and then I would tell him, hey, I need a bit more time to these projects. And then he would look at me as if he was listening to me, and then he would just say like, oh, it's fine. I know you can do it. You've done these projects in these short amount of periods before, and that's what frustrates me, because I've constantly been telling him I need more time, and he just keeps thinking I can do it in shorter and shorter amounts of time, and so then I get very, very frustrated, and then I get angry, and then it's just constant bickering back and forth of the issue, and then and then I just end up, like I told you before, I just end up storming out the room. Yeah. And that's the end of it.
It sounds to me that what I'm hearing too is that, you're not feeling supported, where it's like you're telling him what you need. You're telling him you need more time, and he's not supporting that, and it's sounding like he's kind of ignoring how you're feeling. Do you feel that way too?
Yeah, I think I definitely do.
Do you think that, if these conversations went differently, do you think there would be a way for him to understand where you're coming from, or do you think whatever you do, it's just going to be him ignoring you?
Well, currently, I feel like there isn't a lot that I can do.
Yeah.
I feel like I've tried everything, but...
Yeah. When you're coming to him, are you coming from because usually when people come to talk to their boss about a problem, they're coming from a place of frustration. When you approach these conversations, how do you usually approach them?
Well, I mean, I guess it is that place of frustration.
Yeah.
But I don't know how else to talk to him.
Yeah.
Do
you know what coping skills are?
I don't know.
Coping skills are kind of things people can do that you and I can do to kind of get us from up here to down here. So when we're feeling really frustrated and we're about to go talk to somebody, being down here is a little bit easier, and I think it's more receptive to, like, you'll be more receptive to hear what they have to say and vice versa. Do you think that part of the issue might be if you think you're coming from up here?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think being down here would definitely help the conversations with my boss.
Right. So some coping skills that I use when I feel frustrated before I'm about to jump into a really frustrating or challenging situation, or I can go on a short walk. I really enjoy doing that. Or I listen to music, or I even sometimes vent to my friends about my frustrations and about how I'm feeling, and it kind of puts me in a better place to be like, okay, now that, like, I'm back down here, I'm still frustrated, but that's fine, but I can focus more on this issue with a clear mind, and so those coping skills really help me. Are there coping skills that you could identify that could potentially help you?
Well, I think taking a quick walk
to
cool down would be really helpful, and I can always